Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. Can anything stop the Big Pig invasion? Well, I'll tell you what, through 2 games of an exhibition slate, I don't know if anyone can stop the Big Pig invasion because, listen, let me put it this way. So Seth Davis works for CBS. He and I have had a rocky relationship behind the scenes. I like him, but, he's done some stuff, whatever. I thought he said it best on Twitter, though. He said, you don't want to overreact to exhibitions, but there are times where you don't want to underreact either. And I don't think it is an underreaction to say that Arkansas has absolutely looked awesome. And so we don't want to overreact, but Arkansas goes to Memphis, true road game where there are obviously a lot of Hogs fans there, and they laid a whooping on the Memphis Tigers on Monday night. Final score at FedEx Forum. It was final score in that game was, 99-74. Why am I not able? 99-75. 99-75 was the final score. So to Charles's question, can anything stop the Big Pig invasion? Listen, we don't get too over our skis with the Big Pig invasions in October, but it doesn't look like much can stop this team. Let's go ahead and dive into this game because Arkansas fans, I know you are fired up about this one. First of all, you know what the crazy part about this game was? So you go back to Friday. So Friday, Arkansas plays an exhibition game, right? They destroy Cincinnati at home. I actually shout out to the Arkansas fan who DM'd me and said, Torres, I came to your page looking for content on Saturday morning. It wasn't there. I'm pissed off. Well, you're getting it right now. But the Cincinnati game, you take care of business, okay? Start to finish, total. I used the term the other day, BTA, belt to ass. It was just a butt kicking of epic proportions. What's crazy about Arkansas winning this game on Monday night against Memphis, final score 99-75, they actually did not play that well. That is the wild part of this game. Or I take that back. I don't want to say that they did not play well. They did not play well early in that game. It was funny. Wife is a Dodgers fan. We had the Dodgers on the big screen. I was watching this on a small screen. I tweeted out a picture. Arkansas was down 12, 14 points when I tweeted it out. And I think at one point they were down by as much as, 15 points in the first half, I believe. And it speaks to a couple things. And even to backtrack, I'm not trying to be negative, glasses half empty, but it reminded me of last year, right? Where it was for the first 8 to 12 weeks of the season with Arkansas, it was 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Last year, Arkansas destroys Kansas in an exhibition to open the season, then immediately goes on the road at TCU and loses. So I'm is this what Arkansas is going to be again? Are we going to do this for the first month, Cal? Or can we go BTA and do it to Memphis as well? And the answer was, yeah, they did. And so what stood out about this game, we're not going to go through exhibitions from last year, but I do want to talk about Monday night. You know what stood out about this game? Arkansas has some dogs in its freshman class, okay? And I thought it was really interesting because I was one of many. Now, I liked Arkansas coming into the year, and I did say in the lead up to the season when the AP poll came out, I said Arkansas is not the 14th best team, wildly underrated. But to me, it was more about the fact that it was the returning players, right? DJ Wagner's back. Trevin Brazile is back. Carter Knox could very conceivably have been drafted in the NBA draft, and Billy Richmond, Mr. Energy, is back as well. And I thought that was kind of the X factor for Arkansas. John Rothstein has all the stats. He did a great job of tweeting it out, but they return by a pretty significant margin the most production in the SEC. And so I thought this season is going to be about DJ Wagner and Trevin Brazile making the next step and all of that. So far through 2 exhibitions, it's about the freshmen. And again, what was so impressive about Monday night, they didn't play well in the first half. And you know who actually carried them in the first half? Malik Thomas. Malik Thomas was absolutely awesome in this game. Now, Darius Acuff, as you can see on the screen, was phenomenal as well. But I thought what was interesting about this game was that early on, when Arkansas needed a steadying hand, you know who provided it for him? Malik Thomas, true freshman, McDonald's All-American. Finished this game with 23 points, 3 of 7 from 3. Arkansas fans, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but all 3 threes, I think, came in the first half, when they were trailing, when they needed buckets. I think 2 of the 3 did. 1 came in the second half, okay? But Malik Thomas was the guy that stepped up. And then in the second half, Darius Acuff was awesome as well, as you can see on the screen. 17 points in this game to go along with 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He was the star of the game the other night against Cincinnati. He takes control of this game late. Malik Thomas takes control of this game early. And the freshmen were absolutely awesome, okay? And so that's what stood out. Now, listen, I saw Kentucky or an Arkansas fan tweet at me, and I thought it was interesting. I don't know that I agree. He said, last year's stars are now this year's role players. I don't know if I would go that far. I don't think Carter Knox is going to end up being a role player, but I do think it's something to be said of in their first 2 appearances as college basketball players, Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas were absolutely awesome. The other thing that stood out, Cal, I give him credit, man. Listen, I think he's changed a lot of what he has done in program building. Listen, I'm not here to criticize anyone, Cal, Kentucky fans, whatever. But at the end of Kentucky, it was like he's holding on to this one and done thing, and the sport's going in a different direction. And why are you doing this, Cal? Whatever. And I think what he has clearly bet on is a few things. I'm going to bet on NBA upside in the backcourt and the wings. You can't find a Darius Acuff in the portal. You just can't. But what you also can't find in the high school ranks is big, physical, low post guys. And so last week he said, if you don't have a low post presence, you cannot win in basketball. And he said, you don't have to dump the ball down like it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1978. But if you don't have a low post presence, you cannot win in this era. And so the other thing that stood out was late in the game when Arkansas needed plays, they just crashed the boards and Memphis had no answers. And I think there's something to be said about, I understand all these schools, everybody wants to run the modern offense and all 3-point shooting and all 5 guys got to be able to shoot. There's something to be said, and Cal has said this, about a guy that you can throw the ball to and you're going to get 2 or you're going to get to the foul line, and being able to get a big rebound when you need to. And of course, part of that comes from last year with the way things ended against Texas Tech. Well, outside of Malik Thomas and outside of Darius Acuff, you know who was the most impressive player to me? Malik Ewan. This was the transfer from Florida State, finished this game with 15 points to go along with 7 rebounds, with 4 rebounds in this game. But there was 3 or 4 plays where they just needed a bucket. He's cutting to the rim. He's posted in the paint. He gets the ball, boom, 2 points, or he's going to the foul line. And so I actually think this is a very nice blend of, again, high upside freshmen to go along with the big physical low post players. And the best part is, I don't think Arkansas, who put up 99 points on Monday night on the road, by the way, has come anywhere close to their ceiling. Like I said, Carter Knox is not a role player. Carter Knox was a preseason All-SEC kind of guy, and a guy that I think is right up there with Otega Oweh as the best returning player in the SEC and a potential All-SEC, SEC Player of the Year type candidate. Well, he was fine on Monday night. He wasn't great, 10 points. And that's the crazy part. Arkansas put up 99 points, and I would argue, I don't know if he's their best player, but one of their 2 or 3 best players, one of the 2 or 3 guys that could be a first-round pick this year, didn't play that well. And so when I look at this Arkansas team, 2 things stand out. One is just the number of guys that can beat you. Again, Malik Thomas was good on Friday, but not great. Well, he was great on Monday when they needed him to. Darius Acuff struggled early after being great on Friday night. Darius Acuff was great late. And then you have the low post presence. And again, a guy like Carter Knox hasn't even gotten going. DJ Wagner hasn't even gotten going. There are so many guys on this roster that can beat you. And so when I look at this Arkansas team, what stands out is the 2 things that I've been talking about really since this roster came together late April, early May. I guess it would have been late May when Carter Knox officially announced he was coming back. Is one, you can just tell by the way John Calipari has acted all offseason that he believes this is one of his best teams. And, I'll be honest, this might be his best chance to make a real run at another national championship. And I know it's October. It's stupid to talk national championships, but the combination of college vets, second, third year in a system with high upside freshmen, it's not going to get much better than this. But I've been telling you since May, just look at how he's scheduling at Michigan State early in the year. How often does Coach Cal play true road games in the non-conference? Basically never. Duke on a neutral, Texas Tech on a neutral. I mean, the way he's scheduling Louisville at home, I know was part of the ACC SEC challenge, so that's a little bit different. The way he's scheduling makes it so obvious that he believes in this team and what they're capable of. And so to me, Matt, if you can pull up Luke's comment to lead the chat, it was the comment about this being Cal's most talented team since 2015. You know, I said this the other day, and I had Kentucky. Are you comparing Arkansas to a team that went 38-1 and won 38 games to open the season? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this team probably has the deepest group of players that Cal has had since 2015. I know there was a bunch of NBA players. Luke, you didn't delete that comment, did you? Luke, at some point in the chat, Luke said something about this was Calipari's most talented team since 2015. But we talked about it last week. Matt, I apologize. I thought I saw it in the chat. Maybe, listen, like I said, I was up till 4 a.m. watching the Dodgers play the Blue Jays on Monday night. So maybe I missed that in the chat. But like I said this the other day, after Pro Day, I talked to NBA people that were like, that's Cal's most talented team in a long time. Now, again, I know Kentucky fans are going, 2015, we had 9 pro. Like, I don't know how many guys are going to play in the NBA. It's no longer in this era of college basketball about NBA dudes. Like, it's not just about having the most NBA talent. It's about having a balance of young, veteran, this, that, the other thing. And I don't think you could watch that team on Monday night and not say, man, they got a lot of guys that can beat you. They're super physical. They're super athletic. Now, the one thing I will say, we're going to find out quick on Arkansas. They play at Michigan State the first Saturday of the college basketball season. By the way, I have zero pull at Fox TV. I believe that's a Fox national TV game on a Saturday night. Arkansas at Michigan State, so I cannot wait. I'll tell you what, Arkansas fans, you know what you need to do. You need to go to SeatGeek.com and use promo code Torres to get you $20 off a purchase. First purchase gets you $20 off with promo code Torres, because you need some tickets to games, because I think there's going to be a lot of fun games for Razorback fans. But I'm just here to tell you, man, that team is so deep. And I thought even just these 2 exhibition games, if you can't see that they have all the tools in the toolbox. Now, it's on Cal. It's on the players to deliver. But it's like good. I've watched all these teams, okay? I thought Kentucky looked unreal against Purdue. I thought Kansas looked way better than I thought. There is nobody that I have seen. Kentucky, I think, is the other one. The size, the physicality, the athleticism. And I think the way they were able on Monday night to just, like I said, turn a 13, 14, 15-point deficit into basically a tie game. It was tied until there was a foul right before the half. And then they just blew them out in the second half. And I think Memphis is a good team. I'm not going to sit here and make proclamations about them, but I think they're probably a top 35-ish team in college basketball. I think they're the equivalent of a middle-tier SEC team. And Arkansas made it non-competitive in the first half. I cannot wait to watch this team. This team is going to be so fun. So many guys that can beat you. And again, I can just see with Cal's post-game comments and whatever, he is comfortable. He believes in this team. You can tell when he likes a team. And this is clearly one.